Hello and welcome to the Wealthy Trades Weekly Recap. This is Tyson Clayton, and we're going to recap last week's price action, which was the week of April 13th, 2015. And it was kind of a crazy week, to be honest with you. We started the week and we rallied a little bit, then we kind of chopped around, gave some back on Tuesday, rallied aggressively on Wednesday and then Thursday, and then Friday we had a big sell-off day and ended up closing the week at 207.95. Big sell-off day on Tuesday. Not enough to shift us into a downtrend for the week or for even on a daily basis, but very, very interesting. In fact, there's some really big things that are happening. One of the main reasons why we had a big sell-off, there was some rumors or some news that China may be putting in restrictions on margin buying, meaning being able to borrow money on margin and going long the stock market, the Chinese stock market. That's a big deal because we have a lot of our own margin debt long the stock market, which is the reason why we've had such a huge, or one of the reasons why we've had such a huge rally is because the cheap money you can borrow at very cheap rates, margin rates, and take that money, that very cheap money, and go long stocks, and that's what's happening. Reminds me, okay, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but there was something called the yen carry trade unwind that happened in 2008, 2009. It was one of the main culprits for the huge sell-off we had, the financial collapse. Well, we have a little bit of the same makeup now, but instead of being short the yen and long other assets, what a lot of people are doing is they're actually short all world currencies, or a lot of times they're being short the dollar and different things like that, and then going long risk assets such as the stock market, different things like that. So if we do have an unwind, it could affect bubble assets or risk assets such as the Chinese stock market, even the American stock market, different things like that. So interesting, very interesting things happening right now. Again, we have to have a bullish bias because we are in an uptrend indicated by the Wealthy Trades green bars. Those indicate an uptrend. Until that changes, then we got to stay long. And on a weekly basis, it's going to take a fairly aggressive sell-off. The pivot that we're going to be looking to protect is all the way down to 197.86. So, as long as we stay above that, we're going to be in an uptrend. So we've got to be a buyer. And we were a buyer last week. If you want to, you can do kind of a pairs trade, which we actually did some pairs trading last week too, to actually end up with not that bad of a week. In fact, our day trades ended up performing really well. Before I go into the day trades, let's kind of recap where we're at for the month. Okay, for the month, we are still up. We're doing decent. We're actually outperforming the S&P 500. The overall best sector is our monthly trades. The best sector is the best stock right now is underperforming, but the best sector is the main thing I focus on my monthly and a lot of times on my weekly trades too. But anyway, the SPY for the month, all right, for the month of April is up about 0.76%. That's even with Friday's big sell-off. It's still up 0.75%. But the XLV that was pointed out by the Wealthy Trades dashboard at the beginning of the month, if you remember, this dashboard it'll stay the same throughout the entire month. The Wealthy Trades dashboard indicated the XLV is the best sector to be in, and that'll be the best sector all month long. So we've been in that sector. That's up 1.05%. So 0.3% outperformance of the overall stock market. Not bad there. We did call out CAH as the best stock to be in. It is down 0.73%, so that's underperforming. But overall, the healthcare sector is outperforming, and that is the best sector that we wanted to be long all month long. So not bad there. For the weekly basis, the performance was it was pretty much in line with the SPY, the market. The market was down about 0.9%, 0.91% for the week. The best sector to be in for last week was the XLV, the healthcare sector. It was down 1.11%, so a little less, down a little more than the SPY. But the best stock to be in, if you remember, was UNH, and there were 3 entry points on UNH that you could have went into. You could have went into at the open, at the expected high, or at the expected low, and brought your average cost down to about 119.66, and ended up closing at the end of Friday, so down about 0.79%. So a little better than the market on the best stock, a little worse on the best sector. Again, outperforming on the monthly basis, where we outperformed, pretty substantially. For the second week in a row, very substantially. 2 weeks ago, we were up 4.5%. This week, up 0.25% in comparison to a market that was down 0.91%. So the way we did that is on Monday, if you remember, We did a pairs trade, and it looks like we're probably going to be doing a pairs trade a lot this week too, until the market kind of establishes a direction, and then we can start trading in that direction. But Monday we're probably going to do a pairs trade. But what we did last week was we did a pairs trade long, ETR short, XLF on Monday. We were down about a 0.5%. Tuesday did the same type of trade, long A and short XLP, down just ever so slightly then. And then Wednesday, pairs trade, long DVN, short XLV. We were up 0.36% that day. On Thursday, we just went long SE, down just ever so slightly there. And then Friday, during, this was really impressive. So during a big sell-off, I mean, the Dow itself, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down, 300 and some points, like 350, 360 points at one time. Well, our trade all day long, because we were long SYK and short the XLV, at one time it was up almost 1%, but overall ended up 0.62%. So really, really good day in comparison to the market on Friday. Just love to have that outperformance. But overall for the week, up 0.26%, so up about a little over 1/4%. So a positive week in comparison to what the market was, down 0.91%. So good performance, not great, but again, the market is at a level right now where it's trying to establish a direction. It's trying to really get an idea of where it wants to go. It's been in the same kind of consolidation pattern. I've been talking about this for a long time, it seems, but it's been at these levels forever, and it will eventually, if you mark my words, it will eventually establish a true direction. And we're starting to get kind of key levels that we want to watch out for. And so some of those key levels is, we got to watch. There's a little bit of a minor pivot at 204. We want to watch that. And then there's a major pivot up at 212.24. And then the major pivot on the downside is 197.86. So this is kind of an area where we've just consolidated in for 6 months or so. And we're going to break one direction or the other. And there's a strong case to be made on the upside. There's a strong case to be made on the downside, in my opinion. Both directions make sense. There's things that I'm starting to see and hear that I'm a little concerned on the bullish side, but that's the reason why I use the Wealthy Trades dashboard to kind of tell me what I should do and kind of help guide me. Should I do a pairs trade? Which sector should I go into? I know I don't want to just be long the stock market. By itself, but I don't mind being in the best sector that has the best performance, and I don't mind doing pairs trades. That's what I want to do, and that's why I use the Wealthy Trades dashboard. You got to understand these things. So we're going to watch these levels. Again, some key levels that we want to pay attention to, 204 on the downside, 212 on the upside, and then a major level on the downside would be about 197.86. Very, very key level on the SPY itself. So watch for that. Volatility may continue. We are deep into, or not deep, we just started earnings season, but we will start to get deeper and deeper into earnings season next week. I've got some awesome calls coming out for subscribers only. Okay, so very important. If you're a subscriber, a paying member, then you will get my earnings alerts. I had an earnings alert last week on Netflix to buy the 475 calls, and was looking for to turn $22.50 because you could buy them for $22.50 into $60, and that was a brilliant trade. And those are the type of earnings plays that we're going to call out. I should have a decent amount of those this upcoming week, and those will be for paying subscribers or trial subscribers. But then once your membership expires, you won't get the access to those anymore. So I'm telling you, this is the month to subscribe. This is the best month to subscribe because we are deep. We're going to be deep into earnings season. Over the next 30 days, we're going to be deep into earnings season. You're going to get plenty of opportunities really to see the type of alerts we put out, different things like that. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing for Monday. I'm going to be telling you what we're going to do for the week. I do have a straddle that I'm looking to do on for one of my favorite weekly trades. That's great. But again, this is the month. Over the next 30 days is the 30 days where you want to subscribe to Wealthy Trades, because we are going to be very active, because we have a lot of earnings plays, and we're going to consistently and constantly send out daily, weekly, and monthly updates for all members. So you want to subscribe now. Get that deep discount, all right? The normal price is $99 a month. For the first 1,000 members, it's $74 a month. I am in the process of taping and recording an options course on how you can trade weekly options using the Wealthy Trade strategy. It's going to be an amazing course. It's going to be a course that we're probably going to put on our site and sell for $1,000 on our website once it's done, but it's going to be free. I'm going to give it the first 1,000 members that sign up, first 1,000 paying members that sign up will get this membership free. So thank you for those that have already became members. You will get this course absolutely free, and then everybody up to 1,000 will get it for free. After that, we're going to charge $1,000 for this course, and it's worth every single penny. So again, over the next 30 days, it is the time to subscribe. You'll get a ton of information. You'll get the free course. You'll get a ton of alerts, and it'll be great. Email me if you have any questions. info@wealthytrades.com. Not a bad week last week. We did outperform. That's what we want to do. In comparison to what the market did, how did we do? That's what we want to consistently do, is outperform the market. So again, thank you for your time. Email me if you have any questions at info@wealthytrades.com. Tomorrow morning, look for my update under the resource tab in the podcast section. Thank you. Have a good night.